Okay, Doug, what is your opinion on mega corporations like BlackRock buying up residential real estate?
On the one hand, it's disturbing. Why are they doing that? Because frankly, houses are consumer goods. They're not investments. They don't produce new wealth. Yes, you can rent them and so forth. And I understand all that. But if I was a big corporation, maybe it's a sign that I've just got way too much money, for one thing, because managing apartments is hard enough. It's a pain in the ass. Collecting the rent, it's a tough business, but managing detached houses is even harder. So why are they doing this? It kind of leads me to think, well, maybe they want everybody to be a renter. I don't know. Buy the house from the guy. Eventually he uses the money he might have made selling his house to pay off some debts, pisses the rest away on a pickup truck, and he's back to zero. Now he owns nothing and he's living in your corporate house. It's kind of disturbing to me. And as an economic matter, purely economic matter, I think it's highly questionable on the part of BlackRock.
They certainly wouldn't be able to do it if they didn't have access to almost unlimited cash for almost free, so they're able to get money that they shouldn't, at a rate they shouldn't be able to get it at. I'm sure they work with the Fed. They manage the Fed's some of the Fed's purchasing programs, so I'm sure they're getting money, like any other commercial bank would, for basically nothing. So that's a big part of it. But I think it's basically, if you look at all the places, all of the financial assets where BlackRock is already fully, deep in it. I mean, they own, basically everything in the stock market, big portions of it. So they probably have to expand. And what other big asset class is there other than, real estate? And they probably, and imagine, I can imagine some, PowerPoint presentations where they talk about, the efficiency of scale and all of this stuff. And it can make a lot of sense on paper, but you got to look at everything they bought in the last year, and they bought a lot, probably overpaid for all of it, even if they didn't, even if they got the money free. So I don't know. You could see this actually creating a giant hole in their balance sheet if the real estate market, because as much as I don't know exactly how much they own, but I understand it's quite a bit. You can imagine that it create a huge hole in their balance sheet if real estate prices turn down. So it's might be a mistake.
And I wonder about BlackRock itself. It came out of nowhere recently and replaced Goldman Sachs as the giant vampire squid. Makes me wonder, how did that happen to them? How did they get
Yeah.
so lucky? Is Larry Fink a genius?